Hello everyone. Under pharmaceutical chemistry 2 practicals, we were discussing experiment number 4 when we stopped last time. And we were discussing the various steps which must be followed in sequential order for identification of given organic compound. So I am just revising that the first and foremost important step which you must follow once you get your compound is carrying out preliminary test on given compound. That means collecting the information about the compound by using your sense organs, and no chemical test is done in this case. State, nature, color and odor, these are the four preliminary test or physical test or primary test which we have to perform, and just observe and note down the observations. Then after that you have to carry out the fusion tube test or ignition test on the given compound and find out whether the given compound is aromatic or aliphatic, whether it burns with the sooty flame or non-sooty flame. Then after that, third step is physical constant determination, or you can say melting or boiling point determination. Then fourth step is elemental analysis or detection of elements present in the compound. And you all know now that only nitrogen, sulfur and halogens are detected by this test. This test is not carried out on the given compound, but an extract of that compound is prepared by fusing it with sodium, and the tests are carried out on that extract. Now during this sodium fusion, what will happen? The inorganic sodium salts of organic compounds are formed. That means in this test we are converting the organic compound temporarily into inorganic sodium salt, so that inorganic qualitative test can be applied on them, because it is far easy to detect nitrogen, sulfur and halogens by inorganic test rather than going in the organic way. So you are temporarily converting the organic compound into sodium salts, so that sodium cyanide, sodium sulfide and sodium halides will be formed if nitrogen, sulfur and halogens respectively are present. So, and this complete test is designed by a scientist, Lassagne. So that's why this test is called as Lassagne's test. We have already gone through the details about the test, how it is performed. Then next step is group analysis or solubility group detection or determination. Solubility group determination. By this test, we will be finding out that our compound, that means the compound which is provided to you, is a member of which solubility group. Now, for the sake of ease of study, all the organic compounds are divided into 6 groups depending on their solubility. Like they are titled as group 1, group 2, group 3A, group 3B, group 4, group 5 and group 6. Every organic compound is member of one or more groups. There is no organic compound which do not belong to these groups. And this grouping is done based on the solubility in a particular solvent. Say for example, for the first and second group, the reagent or the solvent considered is water and alcohol. Water and ether, I think. Okay. Water and ether. Then in third A, acid is taken as a reagent, is hydrochloric acid likewise. So this grouping is done depending on the solubility of given organic compound in a particular solvent. So remember one thing, even if your compound is soluble in first group, still you have to go on carrying the test till last. If your compound is a member of group 1 and group 2, still you have to proceed further till end. Even if your compound is a member of group 1, group 2, or suppose group 1 and then group 3A, still you have to perform till end. So, irrespective of whether your compound is a member of group 1 or it is a member of group 2, or even if you get a positive result in the very early, still you have to go or proceed till the end and find out your compound is member of which particular groups. Sometimes your compound may be member of one group, sometimes your compound may be member of one or more groups, may be member of two groups or three groups. So likewise you have to go till the end, and for this you need to refer to the handbook or Vogel's textbook. Then next step is, after group analysis, you have to go for the functional group detection. Next step is functional group detection. That means by this test you will be finding out which particular functional group is present in your compound. Whether COOH group is present, whether hydroxy group is present, whether aldehyde is present, whether ketone is present. So likewise, which particular functional group is present in your compound, you are able to find out by this test. For that, what you have to do is just observe the results which you have got in earlier step, that is in solubility group determination. Find out your compound is member of which particular groups, whether it is a member of one group or multiple groups. Say for example, my compound is a member of group 1, group 3A and group 5, for example. Now, in these three groups, group 1 comes first. So, I will just observe which members are present in group 1. In your official literature or in your handbook, you will find that again in front of every group it is written that this group is positive for which compounds. Say for example, acids, esters, ethers, alcohols. Likewise, a list is given against every group. So suppose my compound is a member of group 1, group 3A and group 5. Now first I will observe group 1 and see which compounds are there. Acids. For example, first name is acid. What I will do? I will test my compound for carboxylic acid or acids. Only general test I will perform on the compound and find out whether the result is positive or not. If my result comes positive, I will stop there only. If my result is negative, I will just read the next name. Suppose the next name is ester, for example. I will go for the test for esters. Only general test I will perform. See whether the result is positive or negative. If the result is negative, then again I will just read out which next name is there and carry out the test further. Suppose my compound, I have carried out all the compounds which group test for all the compounds which are mentioned against group 1, and my result is negative, no positive result. Okay, no problem. Next, see to which group your compound belongs. My compound belongs to group 3A. Then again I will see which names are there on against 3A, group 3A. Suppose against group 3A there is written that ketones, esters, again ethers and so on. Again I will carry out the one by one test. The test which I have already performed in the first group, that I will skip, and the next test I will do. Suppose in this group also I get a negative result, no problem. Next group which is present, which my compound is a member, is group 5 suppose. Then again same thing I will do with group 5, and I will come to any of the compound. I will get a positive test for some of the compound or one compound from the group 5. There I will stop. So this is called as functional group detection or functional group identification. Just keep in mind, you have to perform only general test applicable to that particular group. Say for example acids, say for example esters, say for example ether, like that. Okay. Now The last step. Now up to this is your practical work. Now here your practical work is over, so you have to stop, and what you have to do is you have to refer literature. Now literature means for us it is Vogel's textbook of organic chemistry. On the back side of this Vogel there is a table of organic compounds along with their physical constant. There is a table of all the organic compounds according to their class, and physical constant of every compound is mentioned. Say for example, in my compound I have got a result that my compound is a member of carboxylic acid group. So I will open the table of carboxylic acid. Now in carboxylic acid I find that there are two tables, aromatic carboxylic acid and aliphatic carboxylic acid. So I will just go to the ignition test result of my compound and find out whether my compound is aromatic or aliphatic. Suppose aromatic, my compound is aromatic. Then I will refer to the table of aromatic carboxylic acids, and in that I will just find the match my physical constant which I have got in during practical work with the literature values and correlate it, and stop where my compound's melting point and the literature melting point is matching, and just observing the name against which compound this value is there. So that will be my compound. Now what you have to do here is, in the in the general introduction we have seen that the list of compounds are provided by MSBT. So you have to just check whatever result you have got, whether it is a member of that list or not. If it is apart from the list, probably you have detected a wrong compound, because we generally stick to the list which is given by MSBT. So here comes to the end of your experiment number 4.